Hey everyone and welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Always.
Well, today we're looking at something pretty wild, I think.
Yeah.
3D printed meat.
Wow.
Yeah. Specifically, there's this Spanish startup, Cocos,
Oh, okay.
and they just showed off their stuff at a big food fair in Barcelona, Elementaria, 2024.
Wow. So this is cutting edge.
Oh yeah, it's like straight out of the future. And, you know, it's not just some gimmick. This could actually be huge
Yeah.
for like how we get our food and the whole sustainability thing.
Yeah, totally. Like when 3D printing started, it was all about making little plastic models, right?
Right.
But now it's like buildings, medical stuff, and now food.
Yeah. And they were showing off plant-based bacon and even vegan tuna at the fair.
Vegan tuna.
Vegan tuna, I know. It's wild, right?
That's pretty ambitious.
Oh, for sure. Apparently they're aiming to make like 1,000 tons of plant-based bacon this year alone.
1,000 tons. That's a lot of bacon. How do they even, like, how's that even possible? Printing meat.
Right. Like, is it just meat mush coming out of a printer?
No, it's,
What's the deal?
It's a lot more complex than that, I think. They use a few different ways to do it. There's cell cultivation, then there's using meat byproducts, and then the plant-based method.
Okay, break it down for me. Cell cultivation, that's the one where they grow meat from like animal cells in a lab, right?
Exactly. It's like farming, but on a cellular level, super controlled.
Right, so no animals involved.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. What about the meat byproducts then?
Oh, that's super cool. So imagine they take all the stuff that's normally wasted.
Like scraps.
Exactly. Scraps, offcuts, you name it.
And they make, what, burgers out of that?
They could, but think even fancier. Premium cuts of meat.
Wait, they could turn scraps into like a fancy steak.
Exactly.
Cow.
It's all about how they use the 3D printer to restructure it.
So it's not just about what it's made of, but like the structure of it.
Exactly. That's the real innovation. Plus, it's like the perfect example of a circular economy. Less waste, more resources used, super sustainable.
Okay, that's amazing. And then the plant-based approach. That's the one everyone's kind of familiar with.
Yeah, like the plant-based burgers and sausages we see everywhere.
Right, but they're doing bacon. That seems hard, even with 3D printing.
Oh, it is. But basically, they use plant proteins, you know, like soy or pea protein.
Yeah.
And they layer it, like, really carefully to make it look and feel like real bacon, mimicking the texture.
So they can make it like all, stringy and marbled like real bacon.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's incredible. And what's cool is you could customize it, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, want less fat, more protein.
Exactly. It's like personalized nutrition.
You can even add vitamins or whatever.
Wow, personalized steaks.
Mm.
That'd be something. But speaking of nutrition, like, is it as healthy as regular meat?
That's a great question, and to be honest, we need more research.
Good.
Early stuff looks promising, like it could be comparable, but it really depends on what they use and how they print it.
Right. Makes sense. Now, you mentioned before that making 1,000 tons of bacon or whatever is going to be tough.
Yeah.
What are some of the biggest roadblocks they're facing?
Well, cost is a big one. The tech is getting cheaper, sure,
Yeah.
but it's still way more expensive than raising animals.
Mm-hmm.
So they got to figure out how to, make it affordable.
Yeah, because otherwise who's going to buy it, right?
Right. And then there's the whole, will people actually eat this thing?
The ick factor.
Exactly. Like, people are used to their meat a certain way, so changing that is hard. Plus, there are all these regulations.
Right, because this is so new, there's probably not even rules for it yet.
Exactly. So figuring out safety stuff, labeling, all that is going to be important.
So it sounds like there's a lot of potential upsides, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's sustainable, we can customize it, maybe it's even better for animals ethically.
Yeah.
But then there's the whole cost thing, getting people to actually try it, and then the whole legal side of it all.
Definitely. And it makes you wonder, like, what will happen with all this? Is this the future of food?
Right. Like, are we all going to be printing out steaks at home someday?
I mean, it's not impossible. The technology is moving so fast.
And Cocos is like right at the forefront of it.
They are. So it's not just some sci-fi dream anymore. It could really change how we eat.
It's pretty mind-blowing. So, to wrap things up, let's leave our listeners with a thought. If this does become the norm, what then? Will it actually solve the problems with how we get meat now?
Yeah, good question.
And will people's relationship with food change completely? Like, is meat as we know it going to disappear? It's definitely something to think about as we head into this maybe meatless future.
Definitely something to keep an eye on.
Absolutely.